live from the Retox Bar. We got Big Homie P. What's good, man? Talk to me.
What's going on, bro? How you doing? You straight?
Yeah, you.
Same shit, different day.
I'm
good.
So right now we had another You Made For It event.
Yeah,
hosted by
we
you.
got one tonight. Yeah.
What number would you say this would be?
Probably like 12 or 13.
All right. And for the people that haven't heard of You Made For It, just give them a little summary on it.
Pretty much it's a platform for up and coming artists, even signed artists. So pretty much it's a platform for up and coming artists, same as for signed artists, creatives, the whole nine. So pretty much we have these platforms in different markets. San Antonio is where I live at, so this is where I'm doing it at the most. But yeah, it's pretty much performances, panelists. We have vendor space for different vendors. It's pretty much.
You've been doing it for about two and a half years.
You Made For It's been out for like 2 years. We're going on like our second A3C. South by Southwest was like the first time we did it, and this was like 2 years ago. We had like Hood Rich Pablo, Zoe Dollars, some pretty big headliners on that shit. That shit was sold out. It was pretty dope. That shit was crazy.
And what made you want to come up with the idea to bring everybody, all the artists and vendors together?
Shit, I was already doing it, like just helping out artists. Cause I've been doing security and stuff with like different artists and different celebrities for like the last 5 or 6 years. But I just been trying to figure out a platform for the city to try to like bring more value to the city, and I just try to figure out what I can do to do it. So that's like something that I came up with.
And you said you were doing security first.
Yeah.
Is that what made you want to start doing bringing everybody together? The fact that you were around all these artists.
Yeah, facts. And I was like doing it for like people in other cities and other states. And I was like, well, shit, we got mad talent here at the crib. Like, how can I shine light on that shit at the same time, do what I gotta do and like tap in with different markets?
Yeah, and you kind of turned it into a worldwide thing now.
Yeah, it's super big.
How do you get it to where you can, go out of state, travel?
Really by networking.
Your sauce, but
No, facts. It's all good. It's like networking. That's just what it is. I tell all my folks, like, you got to network. I got people coming from all over. I got my man from Ohio. I got somebody coming from the Bay today. So it's like, it's just pretty much just networking and creating a dope ass platform for these folks. So they be like, okay, I need to fuck with Big Homie. Like, he got some shit going on. His shit in his city be lit, and other cities be lit. So it's like, it's genuine. So they see it, they fuck with it.
And you still doing security?
Yeah, facts.
Okay, how did you start that?
Man, I was playing college football, and it was just like my stature. Like, shit, I was just big, but at the same time, I was like working in the clubs and stuff too. And we was doing it for like, shout out to Reggie, shout out to Davey. Like, shit, they was booking like the main, like, big acts, big talent, like every week, and they were just hitting me to do security. One day they had booked somebody named Brittany Renner, and shit, I worked security that night, and then from that day on, her management, or from that, like 2-3 days later on, her management called me and was like, are you able to travel? And at this time I was really like 20 years old, so I was able to travel, but not legally with like firearms and all that. So I was just like, yeah, I can travel. But I had bought like a taser and some knives and stuff, shit that I can travel with instead of the firearm. Yeah. So I did that until I turned 21 and saved up my money. Went to go get my level 2, 3, and 4 security license. Went to go get my my license to carry. So now I'm able to carry in these different states. And shit, I just created my own Dream Team security brand. At the same time, I was employing like some of my homies that play sports with me. So it was like a big thing that I was able to employ myself and also employ like the homies and stuff. So that's how that shit jumped off, and then that shit just went from there to working South by Southwest. That's when shit changed, when I was working South by, because like I'm doing security for all these big people and stuff. And I was doing security at events, and I was like, damn, that's not supposed to be like that. Like, I was just peeping shit for like a whole 2 years of how like South by I felt should be like. Not even South by, but just unofficial stages and the other shows. I just felt like that's what needed to happen, and that's kind of like, I just took that, and I was just watching people do their shit, and it wasn't right all the way. So I felt like I could add my own little sauce to it and do security at the same time.
A lot of people think you're kind of like the main person that's trying to bring the city together. They also look at the you made for it, and they want to branch off and do their own thing to bring people together. How does that make you feel?
Bro, I fuck with that, cause it's like I'm not the only one trying to do it, and mad people, I see that, and I be like, shit, if y'all need help, hit me. I'd love to help y'all. If y'all want to try to make it bigger and like get other artists, bigger artists, I help y'all do that too. Like, I'm with help, and that was the whole point of me doing this. I ain't doing this just for me to do my own shows and other stuff, but I mean, shit, that don't make me feel no kind of way. That makes me feel like shit, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
And then you also say you manage artists.
Yeah, I manage artists. Right now, I'm like a negotiator with like a lot of artists. So right now, I'm helping a lot of artists. Managing, that means they gotta have something to manage. So I'm helping artists right now in the city. But like managing, that's like a whole conversation for a different day.
And when it comes to that type of business, is that something you learned while doing security, music management?
Yeah, I mean, doing security, you already managing shit, period. You like making shit happen. But managing, I start reading books on like how to do it. And I also was already doing security, so I'm peeping like the management and how they do things already, and how they like were able to do how they're able to manage their artists. And so it's just like really like trial and error, also paying attention hands-on, working in the field, and then reading books on like the music business.
And was there anybody that influenced you to get into the music business? Or was it just work?
I wouldn't just say one person influenced me, but not one person, but it's a lot of people that I like, a lot of mentors I have. I do got like a lot of mentors, like a lot, that's able to like give me game on like how to move. And even just because we're in San Antonio, it's like not too many people in the business out here. So it's like I branch out and kind of reach out to people that I know in different cities like Houston and Dallas that's close to me, that they're able to like, I keep those doors open.
And when you travel out of state, like you just had the You Made For It in Chicago.
Twice, yeah.
Is it bigger out of state compared to local?
It is big out of state. Just because like this city don't really have, when I go to different cities, it's not really like people that's trying to like put their city on for certain, like it's kind of crazy how I get looked at when I go to different cities. They fuck with it. Long story short, they fuck with it. And them hoes the events be packed out every single time. I think our worst event was like, I can't even say a bad one. It's always like shit that happens. It's like it's events, nothing's finna go perfect, but most of them out of town I get good feedback from, for sure.
Alright, so talk about growing up. You born in San Antonio?
I was born in California.
California?
Actually, yeah. Santa Barbara, yeah, for sure. But my family like kind of moved to Texas because it was way cheaper to live. Just like most of everybody else I know that moved. But growing up was kind of crazy. I lived on the east side of San Antonio. So it's just like everybody else that live on the east side that try to like get from that shit. Cause I don't really go over there that much, to be honest.
So a lot of the artists that perform or that you even see, you went to school with?
A lot of artists I have seen and went to school with. I play sports too, so that's another reason why I'm like kind of tapped in. That sports shit, you meet a lot of people playing sports, especially out here. But yeah, some people some people.
Alright, and what's your goal with this?
One of my goals is just to bring as much value to the city as possible. Like tonight we got Rap A Lot New Wave coming down. So it's like Rap A Lot don't come to San Antonio that much. They just don't. It's no reason to come. So I'm trying to be that person that's kind of like linking people from other cities to come down here and actually like tap in. Cause it's like San Antonio is one of the biggest cities in Texas, but it's like not being recognized as that. Like we get skipped over on the tours. Like we get skipped over on a lot of stuff that I feel like we don't need to be skipped over on. And my goal is just to bring more value to the city. Eventually get like a label job or create my own situation to where I don't have to work for nobody. And then I also can employ others. But so that's overall the goal, just to make this as big as possible and then figure out the next step from there.
All right, and where can we contact you at?
Most people just got my Instagram is at BighomieP. You can really tap in with me on there. I'm usually on Instagram a lot. I don't really got Facebook, barely on Twitter and all that. But yeah, BighomieP on most of the social medias. And then just DM me. I'll hit you for sure.
And what's next for you? I mean, obviously we got the show coming up in a few hours. What's next after this?
We got A3C coming up in about 2 months. After that, I'm gonna be doing a lot of more shows in different markets. We got a lot of surprises coming on. I'm also trying to take this over to Europe. So we're trying to do like a You Made for Europe. We're really like London. I fuck with London and Birmingham, that area. But yeah, we got some shit going on for sure.
All right, so is there anything you want to say for anybody that's watching right now?
Man, shit, bro. This shit was all like a dream, bro. Nobody even know this shit was really like. I called my homie Lil Zach and I was like, bro, I want to put this platform together. Like, I want to do this shit bad. And he was like, bro, what you need? And I told him, shit, I need a logo and all this. I paid him and did everything we gotta do to get things situated. And like, bro, if you got a dream, whatever the fuck you want to do, bro, just push yourself and just do that shit until you see that shit manifest. Like, this shit took a mad long time for me to be able to like do these events and they be successful every time. And the people that I've met in these events, it's like, that shit's it's so crazy because I never really even thought that coming from San Antonio, the east side, that I'm able to like go overseas and just do things that I've done in the last two and a half years, just on the shows alone, more or less fucking security. So my thing is just stay down. This shit finna make sense later.
And it's a team of you guys working behind the scenes. Are you looking to pick up anybody on the team?
Yeah, for sure. I add people to this shit almost every day. At least for sure every event there's somebody new being involved. So it's like shit, I'm looking for everything. Like, if you want to get involved with You Made for It, Demand and Supply, or anything that we got going on, just hit me and we can figure out a way to get you involved. If you're creative, you know what I'm saying, let's figure out how we can push your situation and make it bigger than what it is. And that's what I'm about.
And looking back at, let's say about like 2-3 years ago, would you say it was a lot of resources, the music scene was lacking compared to today?
Where? Here or just period?
Here.
2-3 years ago, it was not only was it lacking, it was like everybody was like private with what they had going on. Like, they didn't want to like get it out there. Now I feel like, shit, if you want to do this, you gotta get it out there to the consumers. Like, period. Like, even with your interviews and what you do, you gotta get it out there. You know what I'm saying? I see who you fuck with, and like who you interview. Like, your interview's been going crazy. But it's like getting your shit out there. You just got, in order for people to see it, you gotta get it out there.
Alright, so who would you say is your top artist right now making noise in the city?
Top artist right now making noise. Active artists, because it's artists that's out here that's not really like doing shit. They might be signed, they might not be signed, but right now Southside Hoodlum is making fucking noise right now. I know labels and shit is hitting me from, you know what I'm saying, outside of San Antonio. Like, shit, he got some shit coming up soon. I know he got added to Luna Fest, that's a big thing. And then shit, besides that, you got Blake, Peso Capone, shit, Mateo's son, obviously. But like, I don't know, the making noise right now, top artist, Southside Hoodlum, for sure.
And how about producers?
Shit, producers. We got my top 4 producers right now, today. No order, just because there's not really an order. Shit, Tay, Vino, Duvin, Cub Scout. No specific order. I just know those are my guys right now that I'm working with, that I fuck with, that I know that's creating the sound for not only the city but for themselves. And they're getting the placement from here and there. Tay is doing a great job of like figuring out a way to get placements. Like I was looking at y'all interview, like I love that shit. To see somebody doing the shit organic by themselves. And now I'm finna, you know what I'm saying, add a little fuel to the fire. Especially with Tay, Vino, and shit. Cub Scout and Duvin, they're doing this shit. But Tay and Duvin, Tay and Vino, those guys got some shit going for sure.
They're also doing a show today too.
Yeah, tonight, yeah, facts. I'm taking all 4 of them to Atlanta with me during A3C, and I'm finna get some shit going on with them out there, just because I feel like they need to get out of San Antonio just a little bit, and just to see a little bit more, bro. Like there's finna be some shit going on out there, especially for A3C. Like that shit finna be huge.
So what do you think about that top 40 list that comes out that got all the rappers, everybody riled up and shit?
Shit, that list, do y'all know who made that shit?
Nah.
See, that shit, I mean, the people that made those lists, shit.
Was it
I don't know.
Radio show? A radio?
Nah, which one you talking about?
I'm talking about, it was like top 40 in SA.
Top 40. Who was the top artist?
I think it was Ingenious.
Yeah, the people that made that list, that shit don't matter, bro. I mean, I know who made those lists, that shit don't matter. I ain't gonna say their opinion don't matter, but shit, that list shit don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just somebody's opinion. Everybody got one of those. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I know shit, facts. Ingenious goes fucking hard. Shit, I can't even lie. He's super hard. Is he the top artist in the city? Shit, he's definitely giving the top artists a run for their money, though. Like, have you listened to him?
Yeah.
He's hard as fuck. No, super hard. Like, and I even played football with him at URW, and I didn't even know he was doing music. But Ingenious got some shit going. I don't know about the top artists, but he's one of them for sure.